guys, welcome to my channel. My eyes may scare the heck out of you, and that's because I'm trying out some new contacts. My husband says I look like a lizard. I don't disagree with him, but I want to try out this new, I got a bunch of new makeup in from Wet n Wild that I'm going to be testing out, and I want to see what my makeup looks like with these contacts, and if it may like all come together and look really pretty with the contacts. I'm going to be trying them out. I just want to see like if it'll all come together and the contacts will look good. These are Solotica. I normally wear Desios, but these are way more comfortable than the Desios. And someone told me Solotica are way more realistic, but here we are with me looking like an alien wearing them. I'm sure half my comments will be like, never wear contacts, only have your brown eyes, but I enjoy having the pleasurable fun of changing up my look. On to what's important here is that I got a whole bunch of products from Wet n Wild that I ordered, and especially the new foundation and concealer and pressed powder I'm really excited about trying. So we're going to test out a bunch of new products from Wet n Wild. I'm excited to kind of give you a first impressions and review. I haven't tried any of these products, so I don't know the 411 on them. I'll tell you my feelings as I go. Be sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave. Jump right in and get started. Now you can really see my lizard eyes. These are kind of distracting me, but we're gonna roll with it and hope for the best. So I don't have a brand new primer, facial primer from Wet n Wild to start with. So these are just new products from Wet n Wild. There's a bunch of them, but a facial primer isn't one of them. So I'm just gonna grab this new Optical Illusion Complex Primer from Urban Decay. I've never tried this as well, so it can be like a first impressions on this. It's supposed to be smoothing, have rose hemp and argan oil, and pore perfecting. I swatched a little on my hand. I really like this skinny tube, first of all, but I swatched a little bit on my hand, and I really like the way that it felt. Feels like a really thick cream lotion, but then once you rub it in, it feels like, great. It feels silicone based. I think I got too much of it on. I'm learning as I go here. Bear with me. Good Lord, why is my skin pink? I'm just screwing everything up today. Okay, I'm gonna like blot a little of that off. So I would say like a pea-size amount, not the glob that I did. This is gonna be a very raw footage. All right, so I'm real excited about this new Wet n Wild foundation. I didn't know online what my shade would be, so I bought 3 different shades, and we have Peach Natural, which looks a bit too orange for me. So then we have Bronze Beige and Cream Beige. I think cream beige. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, I love when they have like a spatula. If it doesn't have a pump, at least like give me something. So yeah, this one looks like a nice color for me. So I'm just gonna pump it on. It has a little bit of a smell to it, but nothing annoying or like too strong. I'm gonna take my little Morphe Beauty Blender. So I'm just blending it out. It's blending out very nicely. The shade may be, no, I don't think it's too dark. I think we're good. First impressions, it looks really beautiful on my skin, and my skin is peeking through a little bit, so not so much full coverage. Low-key reminds me of this Tom Ford foundation. Is that crazy, or is that crazy? I don't know how it wears, because again, this is like a first impressions video, but it looks beautiful. Got a little horn. So there is like a good close-up of my skin. Give you a close-up of the foundation. Let's move on to the new concealer. I got 2 shades. I got Light Fair and Light Medium, and I'm really excited about this. I hope it covers well. I think I'm gonna mix them and use a little bit of both, because one looks too dark and one looks too light. So first I'm gonna go in with the light medium one. It has a doe foot applicator. It feels really thick and like creamy. It doesn't feel like really watery thin, so that's a good sign in my book. It doesn't have a weird smell to it either. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of that extra light right in that corner to really get in there and highlight it. Going back in with my little blender, I'm gonna tap that out. Gosh, that looks so pretty. Wow, look at that. That looks beautiful. So these were $5.99, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That looks stunning. It reminds me a little bit of MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Maybe a little less liquidy, maybe a little more creamy. Very first impressions, I don't know how this stuff is gonna wear throughout the day, but like right off the bat, like I really like the way it's looking on my skin right now. I might have to take out the lizard eyes because I'm not feeling them. Next new product to try out is the Wet n Wild Pressed Powder. This is a compact, and what's interesting on the back, it shows that they did the test and that they tested it with and without a flash, and you don't get the flashback with it. So that's really nice. And I always get asked about a good drugstore setting powder that won't flash back. The feeling of this one doesn't feel too translucent-y or too, like, I don't know, powdery, if powdery is the word, but it doesn't feel that way. So I wouldn't think it would flash back. And it has like a little bit of color. It's not completely like that white translucent. I'm going to take this Morphe brush. I don't know how I feel about the setting powder. Does it have a lot of color to it? Is it just me? It feels so dry. Oh. I feel like the setting powder is a little dark. Not quite translucent-y, like not clear enough for me. Like it has a little bit of color to it. So I feel like it kind of skewed the color of my highlight. I'm not obsessed with this so far. Really quickly, I don't have a new bronzer from Wet n Wild, so I'm just gonna throw on this Estee Edit Barris Bronze. So don't mind me over here. I take this 572 brush from Morphe really quick and snatch my little nosy. You can skip over this part if you want to too. It's not Wet n Wild, but I'm using Spring Sheen from MAC. I'm just gonna add a little bit so we can move on back to the Wet n Wild. Back to the Wet n Wild, I have this highlight which has been out for a while. I haven't gotten to try it yet. I have gotten to try one of them, but not this color. I also have, sorry I'm rattling this box around so much. I also have this rainbow one, the rainbow highlighter. I'm gonna swatch for you. I don't know that I want that on my face. Oh god, it's so pretty. It's so good. If you can get these at your drugstore, seriously, like I've had such a good that is sick. That looks like a $50 highlight right there. That is so good. This is for sale on their website though, so you can get it online, and I ordered it and it came to my house really quickly. So if you can't get it at your drugstore, you know, I do recommend doing a little order. Plus I have a whole bunch of new stuff. We're gonna be testing out their new liquid lipsticks in just a second. They're only $5. Oh, she pretty. Wow, I'm an idiot. I just sat here for 5 minutes trying to open this, and it's like a push button. I thought it was more like a pull up. Laura. Okay, so it's a blue highlight. I don't know, it's kind of like a frosty, with a blue hue to it. I don't know, it's not bad. I haven't tried it on my face, but it does have a little bit of a blue hue to it. I guess you could use like half of these or half of these if you really wanted to. This looks a little more glittery, a little bit less fine grain, and a little bit less, you know, Shazam. I'm not as in love with this, but it's not bad. I feel like I've seen this palette around before, but it does say new, and it was on like their new stuff on the website, and I haven't tried it out, so we're about to test it out today and see how it works. Hopefully it will be great so we can get a good eye look. We already know what I'm gonna do with this. Get out of here. I'm gonna go in with this lightest shade right here. A lot of product comes off, so careful. Ooh, a little bit of pigmentation going on there. This is like a more cool tone palette, by the way. Next, I'm gonna take this little taupey shade right here. I'm gonna keep it in that little crease area, like the upper crease. This is the E38 brush from Sigma, by the way. These mattes are blending out nicely so far. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit scared that this palette was gonna give me a bad eyeshadow look because I've had bad runs with drugstore palettes in the past. But so far so good. So what's odd is there's not like a lot of colors to build up mattes in this palette. I feel like we jump right into dark colors after our transition shade. So I'm going to take this maroon matte color next. This is an M537 brush from Morphe. Next, I'm going to grab a little bit of that maroon color on a flat brush. I'm just going to sweep it. I'm not actually going to take it all the way to the inner corner. I'm going to take it about 3/4 of the way in. And then connect it on that outer corner right there. Just sweeping back and forth, just small strokes. I feel like when I make sound effects, it helps you understand what I'm doing, like probably not. This is one of the most beautiful maroon colors I've ever seen. It's definitely a dupe for a MAC eyeshadow. I just can't think of the name off the top of my head. I started swatching the shimmers, and they are very flaky. They're not like really bad and unpigmented, but they're just like really dry and like powdery. Here they are. Do you see how they're just not like crazy good? With that being said, I'm going to stick to the mattes in this palette because I feel like those are the strongest colors, and I'm going to take the color we first used and apply it to my eyelid. You can use an E25 brush from Sigma to do so. Go ahead and get that inner corner too. And then you can just buff out the middle with that brush you were using, whatever blending brush was on hand.
Booty hole.
I'm gonna just take the Tarte's black liner and line my waterline. I don't have a Wet n Wild black liner, so you know. Oh, that liner face though. I'm gonna add some lashes and mascara, and I'll be back. For mascara, I'm just gonna use this big Colossal mascara that I've been loving from Maybelline. It's really good. It like builds up your lashes really thick. If you don't like that, you might not like this mascara, but I'm digging it. Okay, now I'm really excited to try out the new liquid lipstick since I've heard so many great things. I want to try out Rebel Rose and Nude. I thought that said nipple. And Nude something. I want to mix these two because these just look beautiful. They have a doe foot applicator with a little divot in there, which I don't ever mind. It's like a short little applicator. They don't really have a smell to them. I'm living for this color right here. What I normally like to do is let it dry for like a few seconds, and then I'll add the nude one in the middle. This is called Nude. Oh, Nudie Patootie. I love saying cutie patootie. I'm about to bug you right now. It's like just barely setting on my head. What's the point? This looks like a really nice cool tone nudes, which I typically like. I feel like I'm ruining this lip color though by putting it on, because the first lip color turned out to be so beautiful. And that turned out really pretty, and I definitely feel like the contacts have toned. I think they're a little lizardy still, but I think they've definitely toned down a lot since I put them in the beginning of the video, with especially like the lashes and the eye look, so it's not so harsh. I knew that would happen. See, I just hung in there with them. Here is the finished look, and I must say it looks like I have on all high-end makeup. Honestly, it looks like I have spent a fortune on my makeup look, and most of the makeup I'm wearing today was $5.99 to $6 a piece, which is just mind-blowingly crazy. The only problems I'm a little iffy about is the setting powder, the rainbow highlighter, and the shimmers in the eyeshadow palette, and everything else I actually adored. It was just, girl, it's so good. Liquid lipsticks are very sticky, but I think they're still in the moment of drying down. They feel really comfortable, as you can see. I mean, my lips are already dry over here, but they're not really breaking or cracking. Yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching. Leave down in the comments if you tried any of these products, what are your thoughts? What was your favorite product that I used today? And also leave in your comment, what is another brand of new products that you would like me to do kind of like a tutorial of first impressions with. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching. I love you guys to death, and I hope you have an absolutely fabulous day. See you all in my next video. Bye guys.